a lot
No,
of
no,
clients
it's,
are
yeah, it's just, you're just using them as an example. I got you.
as an example. It's the same with marketing. It's why would you pay a digital agency to run your entire campaign when these things, when trained right, can give you a full strategy? We'll write all the blog content, all the social media content, all your email content. We'll create an entire buyer's journey for you. We'll read all your analytics. And we are months away from these things being able to create all the creative video, which is already here,
Mhm.
images, which is here. So you got a lot of agencies out there that are just whistling through the graveyard and they're not prepared for this.
Yeah.
So, and so I could go on and on, but when you
I'd
start
love for
kind
you
of,
to.
well, yeah, when you
This
start
is a
piecing
hot
that,
topic, man. This
it
is
is,
something that you're right. A lot of people are not prepared for this, myself included. Okay. And it's something that we're talking, that we're hearing about a lot, but it's not something that people are delving into. They're not getting into sort of how this is going to roll, how this is rolling out, and then specifically how it's affecting people, right? Because I mean, I've heard, and I think we all have, we've heard terms like millions of jobs lost because they're replaced by AI. I had a situation the other day where a gentleman approached me because of my background and because of the podcast, approached me and said, "Hey, I want you to write a book." And we had a conversation, and the conversation between he and I was probably one of the coolest conversations I've ever had in my life. And then he said to me, he said, "Listen, we need to put a contract together. We need to get your first book done. I want a manuscript by May." And I I came away from that sort of stunned, and I thought, how in the world, with the schedule I have right now, how in the world I'm not going to be able to sleep for the next 4 months, right? And I mentioned it to somebody that I'm very, very close to, and he said, "You know what? You can have AI write it for you. It can be done in way less than 4 months." And it all of a sudden, exactly, that was the look I had too. I was all of a sudden I'm going, what? Well, it's not, I don't use Chat GPT, just for the record. I haven't used AI that I know of necessarily, right? Um, I mean, I've used it with Gmail and that kind of thing, right? But not the way you're talking about in terms of an overt fashion. So do you mind digging into this a little bit with us?
yeah, it's